Hello, welcome to the Ibis paint walkthrough. So here we have the home screen, and over here you can see my gallery, collections, and online gallery. Of course, I'm not online right now, so I'm just going to explain it. My gallery houses everything you've ever done on the Ibis paint app, everything you've ever done, and that's where you get to start new work. The collection is an online feature where you get to see works that you've downloaded from the online gallery. So it's kind of like a storage for works that you've downloaded, and the online gallery is like a web page of the Ibis paint app. A lot of people upload works there and everything. If you want the premium version, you can click this button rectangle. Of course, I'm using the trial version, and the benefits of having premium is that all the brushes are unlocked, and you have a wider canvas. So let's head into my gallery. You can see all the works you've done, everything down here, and then down here you can see some buttons. You can see this plus button. This plus button is to start a new work, a new canvas. You can import a picture from your phone. Your canvas will be the size of the image. You can select SD, HD, whichever size you want. You can use this one to customize your I have a bit of code. You can use this tab to customize your canvas to the size you want. And of course, since the customizing this one to a larger canvas size will have an effect on your speed, but you have higher quality, and a lower canvas size means you have lesser quality but maximum speed. So you just try to get, depending on your phone's RAM size, just try to get the middle ground. You also have a customized canvas for Twitter header. Stop. For your Twitter header, chat stamps, postcard. I mostly use this A4, and then you have your measurement parameters in millimeters or inches and all. This is your resolution, dots per inch. I think 350 is okay. Let's go back. This I button, these three buttons are grayed out. That's because I have nothing selected. So for example, let me select. You see that it's highlighted now. This I, as always, is information about the artwork you selected and all. Then this play button is to view like a run through of the process you went through in creating that artwork. Let's view this. You have to go back to the beginning, the play button. This infinity symbol means that it's going at the maximum speed. That is, it is cutting out every stop I made along the way. So if I click this double triangle that goes back, I'm reducing the speed. This is not x16, x8, x4, x2 like that. Then clicking the next one increases the playback speed, on and on like that. And you can see the time it took you to create the artwork. For this one, it took me 2 hours 4 minutes 24 seconds. But this was kind of like a mock-up for an app background. That just shows how many things you can do with this Ibis Paint app. Quite a lot of things. It depends on how creative you want to be with the app. So that's that. And I'm going to be making more of these kind of like walkthroughs, speed arts and all. I'm posting them on a separate playlist in this channel. I think they are really satisfying to watch. So this is the share button. Of course, the various types you can export to, and I think this is pretty cool because you can export PNG for web, you can export JPEG for sharing, you can export the movie file. That is that the video we were watching earlier. You can export it. You can export it as artwork IPV. This one is I think is is dedicated to the Ibis Paint app. That is, if I share you this IPV file, you can open it yourself. Clip Studio also is dedicated to the Ibis Paint app. Then these three buttons, just basically a menu, a pop-up menu where you can either delete, duplicate, save, do various things. Then edit. If you want to edit this artwork, probably you want to work more on it, this is where you come to. You select edit. Then you can see, I think it's a bit dark here. Let's create a new canvas for me to explain all the buttons that are obtained here. So I select the plus button. I love using A4. Let me select A4. You can see that you can zoom in, you can zoom in, zoom out, you can pan. To zoom, you simply with two fingers you pull them out, and to zoom out or in, I don't know which one, you pull your fingers together. To pan, you use two fingers to move in whatever direction. You can rotate by putting one finger down, and turning it. You don't have to turn your device. You can simply turn your canvas whichever way you like. But having a bit of control. This button here, you can switch between eraser and brush. It's dedicated for that. The brush icon here or eraser, depending on whichever one you have, is your tool panel. Selecting it, you have various other things: transform, magic wand, lasso, filter. What transform does, let me create a little bit of artwork here. Yeah, pretty cool. Okay, so what transform does is, like in Photoshop, you can either scale it up, down, move it, or rotate. To rotate it, you have to click, select this rotate icon, and then you rotate. You can deform it with perspective as such, or you can deform the mesh itself. This one will be good for maybe faking all those Snapchat filters. And then of course you can adjust all the parameters here: draw, dark, division, smoothness, and all. And when you are done, if you are happy with what you've done, you select the green check mark. If not, the red X. Of course, I'm not going to deform this artwork. It looks too beautiful to be deformed, so I'll just click the X button and go back. So click your tool menu once again. There is the magic wand to select colors based on colors. You can see that since this is a two color artwork, the selection is pretty dope. You can see that. But of course, it selects continuous color areas with continuous colors. So I don't want that, so I change the, let's go to lasso select. Okay, to clear selection, you come to your layers menu. That is this little stack of boxes with a number on it, either 1, 2, 3. That number indicates the layer you are working on. So select it, go to the topmost layer, that's selection layer, and then click this button at your right on the right panel that shows a dash square with a diagonal arrow pointing in two directions. Select it, that clears the selection. So we are on lasso select now, and as you can see, almost like Photoshop, where you select an area, place selection on an area, and of course you can clear the selection again. The rightmost icon clears the selection. Let's check filters. Basically, if you've been using, you can see brush, eraser, smudge. Okay, the smudge effect is not so visible because I'm on the selection layer. So as you can see, this is what smudge does. And then to go back, you select this button at the top here. I think you can go back as many times as you want. Let's select blur. You can see that. Let's select bucket fill. Bucket fill feels just like the selection area of continuous color. As you can see over here, this black cuts out this white teardroppy shape. So if I change the color just to show you and then I select it, you can see it doesn't fill beyond that part. I think this is beautiful. Okay, I'll leave it. Text, to add text, here is it. Let me type beautiful art, and then I can change the font whichever way I want. Grasshopper, no, this font is not allowed. Let me just select the default. We can adjust where it should be, and all, or to make it either horizontal or vertical. You can adjust the size right here, the style, whether it will have stroke around it, the thickness of the stroke, the background color and the size, the text spacing and the order. So that's it about that. I just hope the background noise is not going to disturb us. My neighbor just put on his generating set. Anyway, so why is the text not showing up? That's a problem you can resolve easily by selecting this pencil icon that is under the text box and then going to style. You can see both the text and stroke is colored white, and our image, our canvas color, background color is also white. If I change the background type to the dark one, you can see the text here, beautiful art. So in order to make the text show up, select that pencil, change the text color to black or whichever color you want. I'll go with this. Yes, looks more original. So that is that, and then we'll adjust the size because it's not really showing up. Select the pencil again, go to size, and boom, push it out. You can see it's not going beyond the size of the text box, so select this double arrow to give the text box more space and then increase the size once again. You can see that. So let's change the font to halogen. That's it. So the spacing, you can adjust the spacing. You can see, you can adjust the spacing. If it was double, like 2 lines, then I can adjust the spacing between the 2 lines also, like so. Then let's select another tool, frame divider. This one is for making comic panels. Also, I don't really use it as such, but so making panels, you select like so. Then the eyedropper selects colors. We have, this is to the last 2 buttons are canvas, are settings buttons. This one adjusts your canvas, resizes, rotates and everything. That is specific to your canvas. And this is general settings, your window color. You can see that in everything. Undo, gesture, window interface. If you are using a graphics tablet, you can adjust the pressure sensitivity of your stylus. So, and one more cool thing is, with any tool selected, simply selecting this switch, this brush eraser switch reverts you to your brush, as you can see. So these two sliders that come up helps me to adjust my button. Let me change my button color to black and my brush color to black, and then this adjusts the size of the brush tip. This is the largest, as you can see. Oh, I'm on the text layer. Let's go back to layer 1, and then you can see the size. I'll go back twice, select the thinnest one, and it's almost not visible, but if I zoom in you can see it. So go back and then select one there. So there are also various brush types, various types of brush, and this one adjusts the opacity. I don't even think I need to demonstrate that. Anyway, to select another brush, you select this button that is between the color palette button and the brush. And okay, because I'm using a trial version, it says if I watch a video I can use all pay brushes within a fixed interval. I think it's 24 hours or 12 hours or so. So it unlocks all the brushes available, and you can see it's really cool. I think it's worth it to just pay for the premium version, and that's if you're using it every. That's that about it. So selecting that button gives you different brushes: dip pen, soft and hard. And the difference between any soft and hard brush is that the soft one has these soft edges, kind of like an outer view to it, and the hard one, as you can see, it's hard. So there are different brushes. The dip pen strokes has this stroke at the end. The felt tip is just like your normal marker felt tip. Then we have digital pen. We have the airbrush. It's good for making soft shadows, shaped trapezoid, particle, various. You can go through them all. Then we have the textures. Okay, these are the texture stamps. You can just use to make cool artwork, cool art, and all. That's that. Then your color. You select the next button is your color, and I don't really see what is to be explained. This panel here shows the previous color, and this one shows what your new color is. Then you can also save colors by coming to this tab. I have a whole lot of colors saved. I think I need to start deleting some of them, but I don't know how. Okay, yeah. To delete, you simply long press and hit delete. So how do you save a new color? You simply drag either of the two tabs you have, the two color tabs at the top you have. You hold it and bring it into any new square you want. That's it. So let's delete this. Delete. So what does the entry button do? Entry option rather. Okay, it does nothing. So you just delete it. And to select any color from your color tab. So to select any color from your color saved color palette, you simply click it. You can see that. And let's select this beautiful, I think fuchsia pink. I don't know colors. And then let's just use it to color fill this part. It's getting more beautiful. And then this down pointing arrow simply hides these options. You can see it gives you a cleaner canvas. And then to bring your options back, you simply click that same button, which is now pointing up. So as I said earlier, these stack of squares are your layers, and you can see one is shown on it. If I switch to layer 3, you can see it goes back to 3. So it's can kind of help you to know which layer you are working on, which is really important. So this arrow pointing to the left is to exit this canvas, and it saves your work. can see that's it. So let's go back to edit it to check other options. So here we are on the layers panel, and you can see a little preview of your artwork on the left. Under it there is this plus button to add a new layer, and there is this button with two triangles facing each other, and that's to invert your canvas horizontally or vertically, the one below it. Then this start double square with the plus icon is to also add layer, but this time around you can either duplicate the selected layer or add a new layer from canvas. What does that mean? It's basic. Let me show you. You can see that it's like duplicating, but it's everything that is visible on your canvas, it brings them together into one layer, and that's very good for exporting your artwork when probably you want to when you want to export some visible parts, maybe for mock-up or whatever reasons you have. And then this camera icon imports pictures when you don't want the picture to be the same size as your canvas, or you want when the picture is not the same size as your canvas, or for any reason at all, you want to import a picture to your canvas. Select it, then go back. Then this clipping is to constrain the top layer to the bottom layer. So let's say I want to constrain layer 3 to layer 2. I simply clip it down. So anything I'm doing on layer 3 wouldn't go beyond the selection of the shape on layer 2. So let's try that out. I'm on layer 3. Let's go back. Here's my brush. Let me select this beautiful yellow brush and then increase the size. And as you can see it doesn't draw beyond the shape on layer 2. You can see it doesn't draw beyond that shape. So I'll release the clipping, the alpha lock, to lock pixels wherever. I don't really know, don't really use it. Let's test what it does. Okay, everything just keeps disappearing. What's going on? Yeah, whatever. Well, I'll research that and put it in at the end. So what does this big button that says normal do? It's your if Photoshop before, you know there's this thing like normal difference that's kind of like it affects the way colors from the lower layer bleeds through an upper layer. Let's just check it out. I'll turn off layer 1 and then here's layer 2. If I select the normal to darken, you can see where the two colors intersect. It's the color of layer 3 darkens. You can see. Let me switch it over to lighten and you can see what happens. You can see the color is a lighter yellow based on the pixels, the color of the pixels of the layer below. So overlay, you can see. And what this one is really good for is colorizing pictures, maybe photo editing, so you can select whichever you want, either blending. Why don't I look at it? You can, it's what the saturation, normal, darken, multiply, lighting, difference, everything does is it blends the two colors together. Then you can select screen tone to add cool effects. Now it's kind of like a way to cheat your brush. just to add that effect. I think this would be nice for backgrounds, so I'm going back to blending mode, and then let's go to the rightmost menu tool panel. These three buttons is always a menu, yes. So whatever you want to do here, clear white, grayscale, clear white, colors, it's kind of like removes the white. Then select opacity of your entire canvas, of the layer rather. Then you can rename layer here to help you keep track. You can rasterize your layer. What this means is, for example, text layers are supposed to be vectors, and you can just check up on what vectors and rasters are. But basically, a vector is a set of mathematical points. The shape is defined by a mathematical equation, so no matter how much you zoom it in, the edges stay sharp because the shape is a mathematical value. But a raster image is based on pixel positions, so that's why a circle in the raster, when you zoom it out, the edges become jagged. I think that's pixelation. But so what this does is it takes a non-raster image and then it converts it to raster, because so that what the advantages of converting to raster is that you can easily adjust the color, you can easily erase and deform and all. Then save layer as the last three menu options are to export your artwork. You can either select that layer individually as a PNG with transparent backgrounds. That would be good if you want to overlay it with other images, or for whatever reason you have then the entire canvas as PNG, or the entire canvas as transparent PNG. That's that. Then going up a bit, we have the delete, that little dust bin or recycle bin, whatever they call. So let's say I want to delete these empty layers 6 and 5. I simply click delete, and you have to be careful with this one. You can see it doesn't even ask you whether you want to delete or not. So let's say let me create another layer, and then let's draw something, so, and then let's say I want to merge this layer 4 and layer 3. What I simply click is this arrow pointing into 2 dashes. It merges them into one layer, as you can see. Then the next 2 buttons are the same as the invert earlier, and then this plus icon with 4 triangles with 4 arrows wherever pointing in 4 directions is your transform button that takes you to the transform panel defined earlier. These 2 squares is to invert the color scheme or selection color scheme, wherever, as you can see. That inverts the color. Okay, inverts the color, and the color inversion is based on let's go back. You can see this is yellow, and yellow is directly opposite blue. If I were to switch to red now is directly opposite this blue green color, and then right there on layer 3, if I were to draw, of course it gives me that .el4 effect we selected, but you can see that's the color. If I click invert, you can see what I get. There is this blue and then this green, so invert switches to the color directly opposite. Then this one clears the layer. You can see it clears everything on the layer instead of having to erase and then leaving some brush mark behind. So that's basically it for now. Okay, let's go to the topmost icons. This is to bring in images from your online gallery. As you can see, I'm not online. This is your ruler panel. I can see I have no ruler on. Like drawing guides, if I select the straight ruler, I can draw straight lines to my art's content. If I select the circle, I can adjust the size of the circle and draw perfect round circles or arcs, whichever way I want. If I select the elliptical, okay, I'll just clear this layer so that you can see what I'm doing. If I select the elliptical, see, I can adjust the size like so. I'll just clear it once more so you can see what I'm doing. If I select this sun ruler, as I call it, this sun ruler, you can see I can draw. This will be good at artworks where you want to show maybe your character is surprised. Like, okay, that's that. So off. And to delete any ruler, you simply select it and then delete straight ruler, delete circular ruler. If you notice, the rulers that are available but not selected, they are grayed out, which means they are still there. So delete. You can see no ruler is selected, so I delete. Then symmetry ruler to make your artwork symmetric along any axis. So say I want it this way. You can see it saves me the trouble of having to draw twice, and making it nice. I love this. See that? Let me delete this layer, select a new layer. So that's it. You can adjust the face, that's the rotation, and then boom. Okay, then there's this other symmetry ruler, but this time around it's not just along along one axis. You can adjust the division as many times as you want, let's say 8, and then this one also shows the rotation. Okay, let's try something. Let me clear the layer. You can see that. See, this will be nice. Really cool. It's cool. I love it. See that? I think it's mesmerizing to watch. So let me clear the layer once more, and then rotation ruler. Let's just try it out so you see. You can see that. Boom. And then there's this. Okay, let me clear the layer. See that? Okay, what's your problem? Really cool. Okay, I didn't explain how that works. So how it works is, you see that there is this lock button under. When you've adjusted the perspective to your liking, you simply lock it and then draw what you want to draw. My doodles are fun, right? Yeah, they are fun. So that's that. Then the second perspective array ruler, you also adjust this one based on what you want. Let me clear the layer, it's distracting, right? Yeah. Then you adjust everything and then lock it and draw. We are going to have a lot of fun with this. So the next one is the finger pointing up shaking. You can see that shows your finger working. Okay, let me clear this ruler off. So you can see stabilizer. That's it's how smooth your pen is. Then phosphate. This phosphate really only works. It doesn't work with the felt tip pen, but it works pretty well. And the digital pen, it works with every other pen. So if I turn it off, you can see my pen just has this sharp edge. But if I turn it on and then I adjust the length of start and length of end, you can see cool strokes the end, and then the shape of the fade, you can see. Then real time after, drawing tool is off. I can select the drawing tool to be just lines. You can see that it gives me a perfectly straight line every time, or a box. Yeah, that's that. So I go back to off, and then there is this dash square. Let me clear the layer. There's this dash square also. You can clear your layer easily. Select everything is just basically really options to make it really available to you. So I love my artwork. I want to save it. I just basically export the canvas as transparent PNG. I don't know, because I love it that way. That's it, it's done. I go back. So let me show you the movie I was talking about, the speed art. Yeah, double tapping enlarges your image, and you can see it says here that I spent 35 seconds doing this. That's just the total time I spent drawing. But if you look into this air circle, I've spent 36 minutes. Yeah, for the total walkthrough, whatever. So if you hit play, it shows you everything you've done, like so. You can see. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom. I love this. Okay, so select the menu, 3-button menu, and then let's save. No, the movie is not so cool. I like it. So you can save the photo, whatever, display import part, cancel, and with that, okay, let me show you one cool speed art I really love. Where are you? Because you yeah, yes. I don't have any soundtrack for this one. I'm just continuing. That's why it's yeah. So let's continue. And then this is the dried up tree at the center. Of course, I'm using layers here, and then selecting everything to change the color. Just adding random dots, random dot shapes, blurring them out. Of course, different layers. So yeah, okay, let me adjust my By the way, if you like this whatever this art is it art, this drawing, yeah, I'm making it into a little like a mouse pad cover and probably a small poster, and then I'll be posting links to it from spreadshirts and probably display it. I'm not sure about the size. So I'll post the link in the description when it's ready, and then so yeah, to be available. And yes, that's what I'm saying. You guys can buy it and support me. I'll be getting some coffee and all from it. Of course, I'll make it better, nicer, and then post it up for sale. So that's it. What do you think about it? Just a speed draw, and then let me know in the comments.